everybody, back again with another new recipe for this time where your kids are all at home and you're looking for some things for them to do. So today we're going to make beany enchiladas, and the reason I love this recipe is because there's minimal chopping and you prepare it all before you put it in the oven, so there's no cooking over a hot stove, so any age group can get involved. The first time I did this recipe with mums with toddlers and it went down really well. So first thing I'm going to do is talk you through all the ingredients and equipment. So we've got a tin of mixed beans, so any beans would do, even if you had just a tin of chickpeas or a tin of pinto beans, kidney beans, anything would do. A tin of chopped tomatoes. I've got some jalapeno peppers, but obviously if it's for little ones you might want to leave them out. I've got some smoked paprika. You can either get sweet smoked paprika or hot, so go for the sweet smoked paprika and it won't be spicy. Some ground cumin, some thyme, and then I've got some grated cheese, some spring onions, some red peppers, and some flour tortillas. The equipment I've got is a big baking dish, a mixing bowl, I've got a masher, a measuring spoon, a sharp knife, a fork, and a cutting board. So let's get started. Okay, so I've drained my beans in a sieve and given them a rinse under the tap. I probably should have said a sieve as well. And then to the beans I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. I like sea salt because it's got all the natural minerals in it that sometimes can be taken out when it's table salt. I'm then going to add a teaspoon of cumin and a teaspoon of smoked paprika and a little bit of thyme, so half a teaspoon of the thyme. You can use any mixed herbs or oregano if you don't have just thyme. And then I'm just going to give everything a bit of a mash. So mashing it up, I'm using a potato masher, but you can equally use a fork, or you can get your hands in there and really give it a good squish around. Once you've got it nice and mashed, we're going to add our spring onions. So this is about 4 spring onions. I've chopped them up with a knife, but you can equally chop them up with scissors, which is quite nice for little fingers. And I've got half a red pepper chopped up. So I'm just going to give this all a stir around and really mix it up in the bowl. So that's our filling. So it's quite simple, isn't it? And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my flour tortillas and I'm going to start making my enchiladas. Okay, so I've got 4 flour tortillas here and I'm going to split my mixture between them all. I've got 2 teenage boys at home, and so this will be a nice portion for each of them. So I've put my filling into my flour tortilla. I'm going to squish it together with nice clean hands, and then I'm going to roll it up into a sausage shape. Try and keep all your mixture tucked in. Rolling it up and then popping it into the tray. And then I'm going to complete the same with the other 4. Okay, so now I've got all 4 of my tortilla sort of sausage shapes into my baking tray. So I've got my bowl now with where the beans were, and I'm going to add a tin of chopped tomatoes. Into my tin of chopped tomatoes I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of thyme. Again, you can use any sort of mixed herbs you'd like. Give it a good mix together, and then we're just going to pour it over the tortillas so it's nicely covered. Use your hands to spread it out. And the last thing to do is to put on our jalapeno peppers. So I'm just going to dot them over. My boys quite like spicy food, so I'm going to dot quite a few over the top. And then I'm going to use my grated cheese. So I've got grated cheddar here. You can use mozzarella if you want it to be springy, or you can do a mixture of both. So I'm going to sprinkle my cheese over the top, and then it's ready to go into the oven. I've had my oven heated to 180 degrees So this is what it looks like now before it goes into the oven. Okay? Okay, so these have been in the oven for about 25 minutes and you can see that the cheese is melted and the tortillas themselves look nice and crispy. I like to serve them with a green salad and avocado. My children will tell you that they have to eat at least a handful of leaves every single day. And we've been doing this for about, well, 3 or 4 years now, and it's quite nice because they don't complain at all anymore. So I'm just going to serve up a nice portion of enchiladas. Here's one, and here's two. So I hope you enjoy my cheesy beanie enchiladas. Enjoy cooking.